What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's Meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to, I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Bird was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he would start talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Van Zant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. And you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see it. If you have my DMs, I do want to see it. Yeah, a blue thong or a blue, jock strap, something like that. I'd love to see it. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
All right, people. All right. We are here. We are here. We have our panel. We are ready to get this done. We are back. New Housewives. New season. Let's get her done. Let me bring my people in here. Coming to the stage, the woman who brings the XX chromosome energy. Not that the others of us don't sometimes have XX chromosome energy. None other than the fabulous Miss Medusa Show Off. How are you, my love?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
And speaking of XX energy, the incandescent. No,
Come on, vocab word.
Mr. Derek Green.
Hey y'all, how y'all doing? Child, look, I just came up in here. It's a lot going on, but we here to talk about these housewives, how you say house skanks.
House
skanks.
I call them house whores.
House whores, house cakes, it all brings together.
Uh-huh.
Let me share the live.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to do too.
So, hey, Jason. Hey, Lemon Kush. Listen, y'all.
These names, oh my god.
Lemon Kush Pepper. Yeah,
Nothing
that's
wrong with it. Ain't
Period.
nothing wrong with it.
one of my
Mhm.
loyal subscribers. So, listen. How y'all liking this season so far? I've heard mixed reviews. I heard some people say, "Oh, this is a really, really good season." I heard some people say, "I ain't really feeling it." What is y'all take so far on season 15, 2 episodes in?
You want to go first, Medusa?
I'll go first. I'm indifferent. I feel like it had potential to be a good season based on the trailer, but now in real time that I'm watching it, I find myself getting bored. I find myself going to use the bathroom and not even caring to rewind. So
Oh no. Yeah.
I'm not even trying to be funny like that.
Mhm.
I'm struggling to like. I feel like it's a lot of filler scenes. Darren, would you
Okay.
like this?
Well, here's the thing, right?
Hey, Spice, the original.
Oh, let me look at the comments. Yeah, because I'm not even. Hey, Spicy. Now, I like the season. Okay, I found it the first 2 episodes. The first episode really like it got what needed. We got where we needed to go. Okay, well, I ain't never see Candy go off on the first episode. That was something new. I'm like, okay, rent due, honey. Okay, they told your ass this is your last season if you don't give us some goddamn drama. The second episode, it wasn't as vibrant. This episode that we're talking about this today wasn't as vibrant as the first episode, but I still was kind of glued into my TV, still sitting at the edge of my seat. You know, it was definitely. I think it's better than the other season. To be the other season, basically. I mean, it's a little bit better. I mean, it could be. It could. I think what some people were talking about, like there's a miss. Like they're missing Nene. Like Nene would have gathered these 2 episodes, like with the whole situation at the party or whatever. She'd have been.
You know what? People say, we need Nene. There were boring seasons with the Nene there.
That's true.
A couple.
And so all of this, if Nene, people say that so often, but I don't know based on what we have going on, whether or not she would have been able to salvage the unsalvageable.
Mm-hmm.
So
I just think that Nene is just really good television. Even when it was boring, like even when the seasons were boring, she just made it somewhat watchable.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do agree that if Nene was here, she would set it off. In addition to that, I mean, y'all done brought back everybody else. You brought back Lisa Wu. We know why they're not bringing her back because she called Andy racist.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're gonna bring back, what was the girl from season 1? I forgot her name. Siobhan. The one who was married to the football player.
Sheree?
No, come on. Season 1 didn't break. She didn't come back.
Lisa Wu.
Lisa Wu.
No, the other or was it a basketball player?
Deshaun?
I said Siobhan. Yeah,
I mean, barely. She was on back barely.
Huh? She was on season 1.
She was?
Deshaun, yes, she was. One season wonder.
I can't remember, child.
One season wonder. We ain't see her no more after that.
Well, she's coming back this season. I'm like, well, if you're bringing back Deshaun, you might as well bring back everybody the fuck else.
Yeah, bring back. Well, see, Phaedra don't even want to come back. I'm in Dubai.
I don't believe that. Phaedra needs a check. She'll take
Jason, can you put in the members only chat that I'm live, please? Thank you.
Let me.
So, thank you, Jason. If you can put in the members only chat that I'm live. So, I thank you, Big Ant, for your super chat. Thank you so much. We'll get to Martell in just a second or two. All right, so let's go through. In my estimation, I mean, there are moments. You know, I had fatigue from Potomac, and so this is giving me a time to be away from those whores. I do like the fact that Candy has come back to the dark side, and I can go back to hating her. So I love, because last season there were moments where I didn't hate Kenya as much, but this season she's come back to Papa. come back to me hating you because I've never liked Kenya. There's never been a point. There were moments last season where I was like,
She's tolerable.
yeah, she was tolerable, but
Mhm.
now I'm right back to this bitch ain't shit.
Mhm.
That's just where I'm at.
That's just who she is, and I'm glad we're on the
Right,
same page. I hate her. I'm sorry.
right. She
Wait, who
really
you talking about?
works my last nerve.
Kenya Moore
Kenya
whore.
Moore.
Y'all gonna start not too much on Kenya, first of all.
Fuck that bitch.
Because what we not gonna do is this. Like, come on now.
Can we just get into it? Because I'm ready.
We get right down to the nitty. Let's get right down to it. Let me get the first part out of the way. The candy, because we start off where we left off with the 40th birthday party. The Candy and what's her face? What's the new girl? Courtney. That was much ado about nothing. Candy ain't gonna bust a grape. The girl ain't gonna bust a grape. Y'all trying to have a moment
Yeah,
where
but this bitch.
the reason we came,
It didn't even the conflict doesn't even make any sense. Like,
Yeah.
why are y'all
right?
beefing?
Rent dude. Look, let me say something. Candy was like, let me get some drama on me. Let me get some eyes.
I'm a head, but this for really, Candy, you can't fight.
That was so out of character. And then either Tamika or whatever beat your ass in the car.
Somebody from Escape whooped her ass. Like, you can't fight. We know that.
Mm-hmm. You better get your husband, child.
Y'all really don't think Candy can fight?
No.
That girl can't fight. That girl
She might still nuck if you buck.
You hit her the wrong way. She started to sound like a goddamn goat. Why would you hit me in that area, girl?
Okay, who do y'all think can fight? Marlo? I think Marlo.
I think Marlo can fight. I can see Marlo getting it down. I think Sheree can fight.
Oh yeah, Sheree. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's about it.
The rest of them,
We know Kenya can't fight.
Kenya was on that Fear Factor show and she was wrestling that girl.
So she's still a white woman in disguise. She gonna call.
yeah, she is. Yeah, she is. She can't fight.
Start shit and then call the police after, and we'll get to it. I'm ready. Just let me
know. So here we go. So, but that whole thing with Candy and Courtney, I ain't have time for it. I don't give a fuck. So then we have Kenya and Sheree. So, like I said at the end of my review for the first episode, Kenya overplayed her hand. Yep. Sheree wrapped her ass up when she said, "Oh, he slid into my DM," and Sheree said, "Hold on, let's have him come over here and join the conversation." That shut down everything that Kenya could have tried to do. Because if Martell is not there, Kenya can say anything and try to get Sheree to come, but she came there not nail receipt for nothing that she said. And the point that I'm making is this. Not Sheree. Kenya knows exactly what she does. She is a master of words. She knows trigger words, and she knows what to say to paint someone in a negative connotation. So when she said the man slid into her DMs, not having any clue of what the message said, she had no idea. She didn't even open it. Sliding into someone's DMs gives the connotation that you trying to hook up with them, holler at them, here's a dick pic or whatever. If you say, "Oh, they sent me a message on Instagram," that's all fair and game. But you said that's just like we had with Potomac, where Satana Ashley tried to say that Chris slid in her DMs. Well, all the man did was reply to a damn Insta story.
But can I add, just a couple months ago, y'all was at the reunion and you was kikiing with her talking about, "Oh, I heard that dick was a 10 out of 10 and this, that, and the third." Then you wait for the cameras to come on just to be like, "Well, yeah, he slid in my DMs." Well, bitch, why didn't you let me know that right then and there? You could have told me that last season.
Because this was 2 years ago.
Right, especially if it was 2 years ago. Then you made it seem like it was recent. And it
right,
was
it was in 2020. I was like, when I seen that damn thing, I'm like, Kenya, oh
come on, that's the pandemic.
She was definitely wrong here, child.
But my thing was, even before we even got to the party last episode, when she said, "Oh, I never opened it," I knew it was case closed then, because I was like, you have no idea even what this message said. The man sent it. It could have been anything. You didn't even accept it. So
now here's the gag
narrative.
I don't know if y'all watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I'm like, weren't you married in 2020? Like, weren't you still, y'all, that divorce ain't been that long. So, because I remember what caused them to get a divorce was when the pandemic hit, he kept going out sneaking around. Like, he's supposed to be in the house, Martell, and he was still messing around with Coleslaw instead of being in the house. So I'm like, well, if he reached out to Kenya in 2020, that means he was still married to his wife.
Did you just call this woman Coleslaw?
That's what everybody calls her.
I don't even watch Love and Marriage Huntsville.
I don't either, child.
That's not original. Shout outs to Funky Dineva. He coined the term. She's the side. She's not even mac and cheese. She's coleslaw, child.
Not the side, child. And that's the worst side too.
So then what we have happened is Martell comes over there and Kenya immediately backs off. When it was just Sheree, Kenya, and Martell, she backed off.
That's the man.
She didn't have anything.
That's
she didn't have anything at that point. But then what happened was, remember, after a little while, all of the girls got together. And when they was over there in that other room and all of the girls got together, that's when she said, it's time to activate. Because she had all of the other girls to back her up. She had all of the other girls to put a battery in her back and make her feel empowered. They were going to take her side anyway. They were going to take her side anyway. And so she felt empowered. So now she brought it up again with Candy and all of them. And that's when Candy went on her tirade. She ain't shit anyway. She just, well, how we know? That bitch ain't shit anyway. So I wrote down, when them girls first got together, first thing Sonya did was Sonya said, bitch, it's my husband's 40th birthday party. I don't have time for y'all fuck shit. I'm going to go celebrate my husband.
Okay,
y'all
bye.
can have all this, go home.
Fine. I'd have been like this. Go ahead. Because we all know what we here for. Okay, yeah, your husband's birthday, whatever this and third. This is, don't forget where you are. Okay. I ain't give a fuck when she said this shit. I'm like, go ahead, go to your little fine husband. Now,
real fine.
Okay.
So then at some point, the conversation starts. Sheree calls Martell over again. Martell goes off. First, Martell said, I didn't slide in your DMs, which he's right. He sent her a message. And then when they asked her, she was like, no, you did. And he said, you want to see the message? Here's the fucking message. And he had that message from 2020 that said, and I quote, I appreciate the kind words when you were live with blank. And they blanked out the person's name.
I wonder who she was live with.
Very benign. Very.
Nothing happened. I mean, I guess she could have.
Nothing to see here.
She could have just seen that a DM message happened and boom, like, oh, he DM'd me, so it must be something. I'm not gonna look at it because that's my girl, whatever the case is. She was wrong. She was wrong in that way of to say that he was in her DMs. It did look facetious. But the way that man reacted, and I have,
let's talk about it.
Let's talk about this.
I don't know Martell like that. I don't watch that show, but he was very spicy this entire time. That read that he gave Candy, them little slick ass comments. I'm like, okay, girl, that's a read.
But listen, this was an ambush. Be clear. From the very beginning, this was an ambush. It wasn't necessarily an ambush the first iteration when it was just Kenya, Sheree, and him. That wasn't an ambush. And you notice he was real calm, real reserved. Hey, what? There's nothing to see here. I don't know what you're talking about. But when you over here, you got 4 or 5 women here.
On national television.
They all drunk because they've been drinking all night now. Let's be clear. You got people drunk. All of these women ready to ambush this man. Clearly, anybody would be automatically on defense.
It was an ambush.
Yes,
it was an ambush. Absolutely. It's 4 or 5 on 1. 4 or 5 on 1
I hear myself saying this every year. They would not be doing this has Kenya had a dude with her. You know what I'm saying? If she was with somebody.
I don't agree.
I feel like these husbands, they be targeting the single girls because at the end of the day, they know
No,
they
he didn't go after
He
her.
wouldn't have said
He
that
went
shit.
after him.
He wouldn't have said, he would have kept it real cute. Like, no, that ain't true. I ain't DM you.
No. I don't feel that way. Go ahead, Medusa. Go ahead.
This is my thing. You cannot chastise somebody or accuse somebody of something and then try to like police their reaction. I feel like, yes, I do agree with you, Darren. His reaction was a little spicy, but at the same time, when you're defending yourself, that's what it gives. I just felt like he was being defensive, and I'm tired. I'm with Sheree. I'm tired of this narrative that you're creating, like you're a victim. Oh, he got aggressive with me. He cursed at me. Bitch, we're grown. We're all adults. It's not like he called you out your name. Like, okay, he was like, man, get the fuck out of here. That's not me. It's not like he called you a bitch. It's different if he called you a bitch, but like someone saying a curse word to you is not, that's not threatening. That's not communicating a threat. Like, stop it. And Kenya is so fucking chastising and antagonizing. And then when somebody gives her the same, like a smudge of that energy, it's a problem.
First of all, this was an ambush. When this second part, not the first part, but like I said, this second part where all of the girls were there, this was an ambush. This was absolutely an ambush. It was exactly what because I guarantee you, Kenya and Candy set that shit up and said, girl, we got to get him together. Because remember, she had already showed Candy, remember? At Candy's house.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so when he noticed it was an ambush, listen, we, like you said, we all on the motherfucking show. You want to be on the show? You want to see? You want to ambush me? Bitch, let's go. Let me give you what you want. You trying to ambush me? Because Kenya came into that situation on 10. She was already here.
Yeah.
Already there.
And not only that,
and this was after he had proven, when it was just the three of them, that none of what she said was true. Right. We had already deduced that before we got there, but she brought it up again. And that's when he said, oh, well, you want this? Well, bitch, you probably open everybody DMs.
Can I say something else? I think with Kenya is, you're so able to pick up and deduce, potentially abusive relationship behavior. Well, where was all of this fortitude when it came to your fucking husband? Like, Mark gives an abusive tease. You have never described Mark as abusive. The way he talked.
Yes, she did.
No, she didn't. When?
It was very much during the divorce when she talked about it on her show. She said how he would play head games, or I don't remember exactly, but I remember her saying she did use the terminology abuse.
On her show or on the show? Because I'm talking
the Real Housewives. Well, she don't have a show. I mean, she's on Real Housewives, but
okay. I don't recall her ever. She always is like appropriating his behavior and all this other shit, and I'm just like, I don't ever call her describing him as abusive. I feel like she makes a lot of excuses for him, and I'm just like, I just think it's just so funny how you're so quick to point out like potentially abusive behavior, but you never do that with Mark.
Mm-hmm. Well, the chat gonna have to confirm that, because I definitely remember Kenya speaking very detailed.
The chat, they be on it. They always know before we know. But my thing about it is, at that point, Kenya, it was multiple people on one. All bets were off. All bets were off. Whatever Martell wanted to give you at that moment, you was gonna get outside of it. I'm not saying that he should be, physically assaulting him, but you came at the man. Mm-hmm. You were cussing first, technically, Kenya. You were the one who cussed first. You were the one yelling first. The man even tried to walk away, and you went back over there where he was. So it's no parts of this Kenya where you can say, oh, because let's be clear. I don't care if you're a man, woman, boy, girl, non-binary, cat, dog. When someone comes up to you and they're confrontational, you should not have the expectation that because you feel that you're a woman, that person is going to back down and be meek and mild and say, sure, cuss me out, get confrontational. If anybody was aggressive, it was her.
Yep.
Come at me with aggressive stances, and I'm just supposed to sit back, allow it to happen, and be meek and mild, because that's just not real life.
And then
that's just not real life.
for her to be like, well, I don't care what the situation is. A man should never yell at a woman, and a man should never curse at a woman. That's your fucking problem right there. You think that you can talk to people however you want to talk to them, and they can't have a human reaction. And this is exactly why Portia drug your ass. And I'm gonna take it a step further. It's not just about black. It's not about men or women. Bitch, you have a problem with antagonizing people. Period. You have you put the scepter in Portia's face. You came up behind what's her name, Kim Fields, and pulled her chair out. You have a problem. This motherfucking fly is really getting on my nerve. I just killed it. Yeah. I'm sorry. Damn.
Yeah. Well,
but here's the other thing. You know what I think it comes from too?
Mm-hmm.
Check what up. Go with me here.
Mm-hmm.
Look at Kenya. Look at Satana.
Ashley.
Look at Candace. Those women that come from that pageant world come from this protected bubble world where they're treated like these fragile Barbie dolls and things where they can blow up. They can have all types of tirades and meltdowns, but they always have this bubble around them protected where people can't meet them and match them with that same energy because they're the protected one. We have to have this shell around them. And you see that type of personality from a lot of these girls where they feel that they could just blow off and say whatever and do whatever, but they can't be met with that same amount of energy. And I noticed that about them. And Kenya seems to have that thought in her brain that I can do and say and act however I want, but you cannot meet me with that same energy. And baby, this is real life. That's not how this works.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm interested to see how that's going to affect baby Brooklyn, because that's really what it all comes down to. At the end of the day, she got a fucking narcissist for a daddy and a piece of shit for a mama. I mean, I know children are innocent, but kids tend to pick up on their parents.
They're influential.
Yeah,
they're easily influenced.
Well,
so.
I mean, I'm gonna just say this. We'll see. I don't know who Martell is. Like I said, I heard bad things about him so far, but we'll see how he reacts. We'll see how he develops with the other cast members, and if there's anything to be said,
now,
like, he said this to somebody, and everybody like, let's keep that same energy. That's all I'm saying.
Right? No, and here I am. If somebody's wrong, I'm calling out wrong, no matter who it is. Martell is wrong. He needs to get drugged. He's wrong as hell. But in this situation, Kenya overplayed her cards. She came into this wrong. She had no evidence that man tried to come at her. She had no evidence that man tried. Now, she just came at Sheree and said, listen, girl, based on how he is on Love and Marriage Huntsville, I don't know if that's the right man for you, girl. Did you see how he did his wife? That's one thing.
He could have just said that.
Her to jump out there insinuating that he was trying to get with her and everything, that's when the shit went south. And that's when he went off and said, bitch, I'm not apologizing. I didn't do none of that shit.
I think Kenya didn't expect this to be so big, because she probably just said, oh, well, he DM'd me or whatever, and then they would start to ask her like, oh, well, what did he say?
That's why I say when Sheree told Kenya said, let me call him over here.
I was
like, lost that one. It was over there. It was over.
I was like, oh Lord, child, he about to get into it. Kenya ain't got nobody. He ain't got nobody to really defend her. My thing is this: had it been somebody else though, if Candy was the one that said he was in her DMs or whatever, and then like he was getting all spicy with Candy, do you really think that he would have been saying all that shit? No one
in front of Todd.
Todd is like he said, Todd is
with Ross.
Don't nobody give a fuck about Todd. No, maybe Ross.
Maybe Ross, but Todd, girl, Todd, you finna get this work.
Todd would have said something. We all know back in Pillow Talk when Peter was getting all spicy with Candy, and Todd jumped in like, oh, hold on. Okay, so Todd stand his ground.
But here's the deal. If I'm Peter, Martell, or whatever, I tell the husband, you don't want me to come at your wife, then you need to get her. Because I didn't come at her like this. She came at me. So you need to check your wife, not me.
I just think it's crazy that you think, Darren, that like they're coming at her not because she's a single woman. Like I
because they know that they really ain't gonna get no pushback, really, because she has no one to really defend her.
I don't think that. I feel like Martell would have came at her regardless. Remember, she came at him.
Exactly.
And Martell doesn't give me the man that because another man. See, that's a misnomer where people say, "Oh, men who fight with women all the time don't want to fight with men." No, they just like to fight, and it just happened to be a woman that time. If it's a man the next time, then trust me, men will probably fight with men much quicker than they will fight with women. If that was another man, it probably would have ended up in blows.
Y'all don't watch Love and Hip Hop, but I mean Love and Marriage. But Martell is petty. That the same energy that he gave Kenya is the same energy that he gives to everybody. If you come at him, if he feels like he's being attacked, he's on go. And I'm with that shit. Like, fuck Kenya Moore. Fuck her.
I mean, I don't know how I feel about Martell being here, but it is what it is. We got to get ratings.
Here now.
He rubbed me the wrong fucking way, and I'm staying my ground on that. Kenya was wrong. Kenya,
I'm glad Kenya is back on my bad side. Where I can do that
wrong
like I
way.
always have. Okay. Fuck her and fuck her life.
What happened next, guy?
We'll see what happens with him in more episodes. You know.
So then we get to Drew because Drew decided she needed a paycheck finally. Mama decided she was going to be on the
I'll see y'all next week because I really don't have nothing for her. I'm sorry.
It's like a ticking time bomb because I'm waiting.
Well,
what is the moment that he's going to be like?
Now, first of all, not for her, but for her raggedy piece of shit ass husband. I've never seen it for Ralph. People be talking about, oh, he's so cute. He ain't never even been cute to me. I've never seen it for him. He doesn't do it, but he never did it for me. I don't know why. I'm not saying he's ugly, but he's just.
We got different tastes.
Hold on, let me ask y'all a question. Who y'all think look better, Martell or Ralph? I think that's a fair.
Martell. I'll give Martell that.
I think Ralph looks better.
I'll give Ralph toxic ass that vote.
I would probably, if I had to side by side, I probably would go Martell. Ralph never did it for me. I don't know why, but I would give it to Martell, not Ralph at all.
Martell, he look greasy. I mean, he got a body. That's about it. He just greasy.
Martell has the body, Ralph has the face, but we all know who has the entire package, which is Sonya's husband. I mean,
now I got a question.
Listen, I will listen, producer. We will fight. We will be windmilling.
You got it.
Okay.
Ross is I.
Yeah. All right. Oh, that's a fine piece of stuff right there, honey. Ooh,
I think he's
anyway
on Bravo. Period. I don't think.
Okay, but I do have a question about that scene because there's really not much to talk about. But like the part where Ralph said that Courtney was his cousin relative. Did we believe this? Because
I didn't. I put in my review that in the LGBTQ world, your cousin may not be related to you at all. That's just gonna be somebody you fucking. And what I feel like is he might have been trying to holler at her and she might have been down for it. And when somebody came over, he came up with that. Oh, yeah, we just found out we cousins. So it looks real less sketchy.
Mm-hmm. I've seen it before in real life. I'm not going to get into detail because, I don't know who watches.
I've seen that happen in real life too. Mm-hmm. Where, am I far-fetched in me thinking that?
Not even cousins. They go all the way up into sibling. I'm like, girl.
What? Hold on, wait. Now I know that maybe this is where my heterosexual mind takes charge, but I'm like, I heard of black people, cousin, but I didn't know that they did it with people that they was fucking. That's kind of weird.
Yeah,
lying about it so nobody can know.
Right, they'll lie about to their friends and be like, oh, this is my cousin, especially now in the gay world.
Really?
I
mean, it's.
If you don't want people to know your team. Now, the thing that always worked for me was I have a lot of cousins. I literally, on my mom's side alone, have over 50 cousins. My grandmother had 16 kids. So I have over 50 first cousins on my mom's side. We all grew up real close. And I got like 12 on my dad's side. So I got a whole bunch of first cousins. And they are legitimately my cousins. We are real close. I could legitimately lie, but I never did because I was so close to my cousins. But I know people who do it. And Jared, I know people in the lifestyle. They do it all the time.
No, not our community. This was the example I'm talking about. Ain't had nothing to do with our community. It was people on all sides of the spectrum. Okay, let's be very. I've seen straight people do that same shit.
That's weird.
People, and it's
because that's supposed to explain why they spend so much time together.
And my thing is this: it's like I don't even know why you do that because when the fucking elephant in the room gets revealed. then you look incestuous, even though
Mhm.
it never was the,
Exactly.
case. And now
Right.
You
you
look
look
like
all
y'all got
lying,
flowers in the
bad
attic.
shit, and now people think you worse. You're a worse individual now than what you are. You could have just been a cheater. You could have
Listen,
just been a
Medusa,
cheater.
it works. Listen, Medusa, it works because people don't question them.
Mhm.
At that point, you don't question them. At that point, you ain't got to question them. You always see
We're
them again.
questioning them now. We have questions, so it's clearly it's not working. Maybe it only works for the gays, but for the straights, that shit don't work.
And you know what got Drew didn't know about this cousin. She ain't never met this cousin before.
Drew don't know nothing about her husband.
So
Drew don't even know where her husband was at when he went to Tampa, Florida. So
First of all, and then he tried to make this connection. Oh,
that's my
my
cousin. That's my cousin.
great aunts, brothers, neighbors, dog owners,
Roach.
whatever.
Roach.
Is second, third, fourth cousins with her. Like what?
Mm.
Girl, and Drew just sat there and bought it. Like,
Why is she there? Like, that's the thing that's making me not like this season.
You talk about Courtney?
Yes, like Martell, cool, but Courtney,
Child, I hope I don't see her too much because she's also.
it's feeling like we're gonna see her a lot. I mean, it's
wait, Tracy say it works in the hetero world. She says my brother will call a female his sister and was cheating with her the whole time.
now that's too much. Because when you like, how is that your sister? Your mama's
People do it all the time. I'm telling you what I know. People have these fictitious relatives that ain't no kin to them at all.
I guess
It's
it's better than his assistant.
It's getting weird.
Come on, Spicy.
Now we already.
Yeah, but what Xavier said, that's because straight people are more likely to be insensitive.
All right. That's enough. That's enough. Don't do that.
Anyway, so but I put that in my review. Like I was just like, and then did y'all hear? So this did not age well for her to tell the producers that, oh, we're in the best place we've ever been in our lives.
I was like, damn.
That did not age well at all.
I mean, it's before this is before the demise.
But I mean, the demise didn't come out of nowhere. It's like, so for you to, so it's like, are y'all not on the same page here? Like,
no, I was.
But my question is, when did they film that confessional? Because normally confessionals come a good deal after.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, they do like 3 sets of confessionals. So maybe the first one, because they're in different outfits. So maybe the first confessional was like, I don't know, midway through the season. I don't know.
Tracy say her siblings used to do that too. It's a whole thing.
I did not know this was a thing either. Until
I knew it was a thing. I absolutely
was told to me.
I had a third cousin in the club in my 20s, and she thought we was going to kick.
That's disgusting.
That
is so. I don't care
It's the whole thing apparently. So then we see Sonya and Candy. They meet up to go get something to eat and talk. Sonya said Ross told her that these people need to get the fuck out of my house. I was with Ross 1,000%. And we find out the problem is not the family members. The problem is Sonya. And I have basically figured out in my brain that it's one or two reasons. One, she know her man always out of town over there in Texas, and she don't want to be in the house by herself. Or two, they having real problems in their relationship, and she don't want to be in the house with her husband and nobody else.
I think it's number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's always
like if she feels like it'll expose their problems in their relationship, because we kind of saw it when they was talking about having another child, and they was on 2 totally different pages with that.
I think it's a red flag when a couple is like unable to be alone in the same house together. Like the kids done graduated, and now like you done let your sister move in and all this other shit. It's like, why can't you be alone with your husband? What's that about? Isn't that the goal?
The mama want to move, the sister want to move. I don't even know why the sister is that. The sister is on my last nerve, baby.
Girl could have been moved.
Her husband fine as fuck. Now her husband.
No, he not. No, he not.
Oh, I love the husband. I'm here for the husband. You don't got to like him.
I know that husband want his own place too. So why the hell y'all
her
still there?
assistant. I'm
Oh,
just
Lord.
like, girl, I just, for me, I'm like, how am I supposed to respect you as a man and a provider when you are not even like, okay, you work for my sister, her assistant, bitch, you could have got your little cousin. Speaking of cousins, you could have got some little anybody to be your assistant. Like,
yeah,
you
Hey,
can't,
Ariel.
like, you can't get a job. Atlanta is full of jobs. You can't get a real job. You got to run behind my sister.
yeah.
First of all, you could have went and got a job any goddamn where. Okay. I know you claim to be this real estate agent. I thought you were supposed to be doing fitness. Could you, it's a whole lot of people in Atlanta probably need help with, a trainer or whatever. When he working with them as a trainer last year, he was helping Ross and I keep wanting to say Candy. Helping Ross and Sonya, when they was working out and shit. When he doing that, you could have did anything. You could get an OnlyFans. I'll pay for it.
You don't need to do that.
Atlanta is the home of OnlyFans. That is the OnlyFans capital of the world. Let's be clear.
Hell no.
Y'all know I'm moving to Atlanta at the end of the year.
Oh, shout out.
Oh, come on down. We'd love to have you.
I can't wait. But
You ain't lying, Xavier. Xavier, you are not lying.
What? Wait, what? It is?
It is. On the male side.
A gym trainer? What?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's why I got to hang out with the girls because
So if he say he a personal trainer, baby, he's the escort. Mm-hmm. Sure is.
A personal trainer. Unless you're going to
or even if you're a trainer down to the gym, you doing OnlyFans or escort work on the back end. Please be clear.
The same thing apply for women?
The ones who work at Planet Fitness, they don't make no goddamn money. The ones that they make no money, baby, they got to get it how they live. They escort and they doing rentman.com. They doing OnlyFans. Baby, they get it how they live.
You brought up rentman.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
That's the escort site.
That's the site.
Girl.
You go ahead and rent your man for the night.
Gotta tell you.
Let's be really, hold on. You see Extra Smoke. Let's be really real about real estate agents. It's a fallout job. Thank you for saying that. Yes.
I'm just saying.
There is a whole.
It is a fallout job. I feel like that is like the go-to. Like, I'm not. Let me just get into real estate. I feel like I know so many people.
I mean, he ain't got no job right now. You might as well do something, sling some dick, do something.
Yeah,
baby, you need a job.
Look, if you got the bond for it and you fit in the market, hey, you look. He ain't got to put his face in it because if you got the body, people gonna subscribe.
Right. These people have whole masks and everything. It's very. How successful was Fat Rabbit Killer all of those years before he finally got his face exposed?
Hold on. Medusa said something.
I said, are you subscribed to anybody's OnlyFans page?
Are you talking to me?
Both of y'all.
I am not. I wait till it comes on Twitter or my Vidster.
It depends. There's some people on TikTok that are,
I wait for it to come on my Vidster or Twitter.
I don't know. Maybe it's just I do be interested. A lot of the TikTok girls be slanging dick and slanging ass on OnlyFans, and I do be interested to see like, okay, what they giving, right? But
tell me who it is. Put it in the back chat who it is. I can tell you. I could probably see you a link to one of their videos.
My pride will not allow me. My pride will not allow me to pay $20 to see it.
Yeah, I'm not paying.
No, not $20, but a lot of them be charging $6 for like the first 30 days. I'm like, okay, $6 ain't bad. Let me pay that.
That could be a lunch for me, honey, girl.
That could be a lunch.
Right.
Anyway,
right, that's a drink.
Especially when we can get it for free.
Yeah.
Okay, so then we got Candy talks about her and Todd's issue. Now you talk about you ain't got time for Drew. I don't have time for these made up storylines with Candy and Todd, and you too busy for me, and I'm too busy for you, and baby, I don't have this type of energy. I really don't.
I don't care about that either. I don't even remember that scene, honestly.
I don't
remember anything that happened after.
The only thing that happened from this scene is this is where Candy got mad at Sonya because she said Sonya didn't defend her when she claimed Courtney called her ghetto, and Courtney never called her ghetto. Courtney said you attract a ghetto crowd, which you do.
But what does that say about you though? That you're ghetto. So
No, it means you attract a ghetto crowd.
Come on. Birds of a feather flock together. I have a question. Serious question. Why is Sonya here? She's
Yes.
not.
Yes.
She's not from Atlanta. She's
Yes.
not from the South. She can't read. She's
No.
not very entertaining. She's not
No.
even.
Oh, you know what? You mean she can't read as in reading the girl.
Yeah,
I thought you were saying she was illiterate.
No, not that she's illiterate. No, she's not that she's illiterate. No, like she can't read the girl.
Girl, I'm finna bust out.
That girl can't even read the room. I'm sorry. Like she can't. Like when Candy said that, and she was so stumped. Like, what do I say? That girl, you're not. This needs to be her last season.
She's not quick enough.
Go. We need a new person that's gonna feel.
I just don't want to be done with Ross though. Can we just have Ross come around every now and again?
Ross don't even bring nothing either.
No,
he don't need to bring nothing. Just come there and be fine. Take off your shirt every now and then.
I'm sorry. It was cute. It was cute last season, but this season it's not.
I'm not feeling her. And then she just like.
Why is she there? It's Atlanta. I want to see Atlanta.
Here's my thing. If Marlo's going to be like this all season, I don't want her. Drew can go. Sonya can go. As much as I can't stand Kenya, and I would love to see her go, they ain't gonna never get rid of Kenya. So I'm not gonna even ask for them to get rid of Kenya. Candy should have been gone 10 years ago, but that's a whole nother story. But at least half the cast has to go. At least Drew, Sonya, and we can have another casualty. Y'all figure out who's the next casualty.
Sheree can stay. Only because she when it's time to bring it, she'll bring it. They didn't do a whole house flip. Like, didn't they do that with Housewives of New York? It's a whole new cast.
Yeah, they got a whole new cast over there in New York. And it looks good too. I might go back and watch it.
I'm like, great.
It looks good.
Ebony's not on there?
Who? Oh, Ebony. Oh, Ebony K. Williams. Is that Shay Frazier?
I ain't got they got rid of Ebony. They got a whole new cast. They dropped everybody and got an entire new cast.
Fuck them white women, with the exception of Ebony.
Well, they have color now.
Yeah, they
I'm talking about the ones that they dropped. Fuck them.
Oh, okay, yeah, we didn't really care.
Nobody care about them.
Exactly.
And Bethany Frankel, I can't stand her ass. You always got something to say.
Who is that?
Yeah, we didn't really care. But yeah, I just feel like Candy once again. It just seemed Candy this season so far has seemed like she's trying to, chop her up, get her acting skills together. Because she's not believable. The whole thing, I headbutt this bitch, and now you all in your feelings and mad. Oh, you ain't defend me. Girl, go sit your ass down somewhere. Nobody believes you.
Yeah. Go sit down and take care of them kids.
She's trying to get that EGOT, honey. She's trying to get that Oscar.
Okay. She's never going to get it. She's never going to get an EGOT.
What is she missing? The Oscar?
Missing two. She's missing the Oscar and a Tony.
I can see her getting a Tony.
Maybe a Tony because she sings.
Right. All she don't even sing that good. No. The girls on Broadway sing down. Please be clear. Listen, they don't got time for every man wants a woman. I want one. Shout out to Alexander Ross. But everybody, we're not here. Her voice is gone. 20 years ago, maybe. Mm-hmm. Now, baby, we're not here for it.
I think she can get a Tony if she gets on one of those Broadway musicals. Now, an Oscar, girl, you can't.
But she still has to have some acting skills, even to go with the singing.
You can't act.
Unless she did a role where she was acting like herself. You know how some people get a role where it's not far-fetched to see that person playing that role because it's not far from their actual personality. She would have to get a role like that.
Spicy Original says Sheree can't read either, but I guess we can keep watching her embarrass herself. Sheree be getting the girls together in the confessional, though. I'm just saying.
And Sheree can read you accidentally. When she trying to
can't read
out. But when she gets y'all. You say Candy can't? No, Candy can't. No.
The only ones that can is Marlo. And Marlo just be hitting below the belt for real. She just get gutter with it. That's Florida come out. Marlo, Kenya.
Kenya can read.
And that's about it.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. There's an absence. There is an absence of like that Real Housewife persona, which a lot of people say is Nene.
No, we need Well, I was about to say,
Or Phaedra.
quiet as it's kept. Yeah, Phaedra. Quiet as kept. Nene couldn't read like that. What is like a memorable read from
Nene couldn't. What?
Nene just got loud and she was really funny. But when it came to like getting the girls, I said what I said. That's not really reading.
When
like,
she read down Claudia that time, no.
She did not read Claudia.
The coins, like when she went, oh my goodness, child. There's a lot. There's a dictionary of all of the memorable quotes and comebacks that Nene has said throughout the years of Housewives. And I don't even know why I'm doing this because personality wise, I don't really care about Nene because I think Nene could be like a mean girl sometimes. But I give my props when it's due. The girl could read. Okay, she has many memorable moments.
Nene just got loud.
I like the girls who can read. I liked Phaedra because she didn't have to necessarily read a bitch with her words. Phaedra used to have those facial expressions that gave all of the read that I would need.
What did you see at Sheree's Neverland? Dirt and grass.
Phaedra used to just have sometimes not even a good read, just these facial expressions like, girl. And I feel like body language is a part of reading too. But let's be clear. Most people now, let's be clear. I'm old school. See, I'm old school LGBT PQ. Okay, I'm an old girl from the old days. I knew from whence reading came. Pop culture didn't even know what the word read meant except for what they learned in school. So now that everybody's catching up, their true definition of what a read is and what a read not is convoluted and watered down. So the girls who they be like, oh, they reading down. Us old girls be like, girl. And when you get somebody who really can read, then people get upset. Like people get upset with me. I might say one thing to somebody and they be mad at me for all eternity. And I'll be like, bitch, I ain't even said nothing that bad. Bitch, I could have really drugged you. But see, that's my whole philosophy.
Phaedra had a good rehearsal read. Yeah, she had a good rehearsal read, but I remember them last couple seasons. I was like, girl, this rehearsal read was not
peddling through sperm banks.
Honey, did y'all feel like Kandi was right though?
Peaked at that moment. I'm sorry.
Did y'all feel like Kandi was right though by saying that Sonya should have defended her?
I don't know if about her defending her, but I do feel like Sonya was messy for bringing that bitch to the party, knowing that she had an issue with Kandi. Like it did feel like, you know, I think that she could have did a better job of holding the front down, considering the fact that we were at your party and you brought this. You
could have at least been like, that's my friend, not too much on her, or whatever. This
right. Or hell, you could have been like, you know what, this is my husband's event. Yeah, we're not doing that. As opposed to like, oh, this is my husband's event. I'm about to exit stage left. Like, Sonya's fake. I'm sorry.
Not Claudia Jordan so desperate to get back on Housewives. When?
So
I don't read her anymore. So
what I can appreciate about this season so far, each episode, y'all give me some eye candy that I need. In the next season, who did we get? My husband in my head, Phil from Kandi and the Gang. He was there with Kandi and Todd at Blaze. And when I saw Phil, I said, oh.
This black bourgeoisie ass, I did not miss his ass. When I seen him, I was like, why he here?
That's the manager, chocolate manager. He's cute.
No, that's not the chocolate manager. That was Brandon.
Well, he was
cute. Phil was the one who was over all of them. Phil was the light brown skin one. The chocolate one was dating Unique or whatever her name. Dom Unique. And
brought in and like people didn't like him.
Right.
Who was that?
That was that manager.
That's Phil. That's who was at this scene with Todd and he was funny. That'd be funny. Look, have you seen his Instagram?
No. I think man, you have the same.
I didn't see his Instagram.
Oh,
it gives black bourgeoisie girl. I ain't got time for that type of energy.
Anyway,
or was he just like a business? But I mean,
he was business minded. He was like, "Girl, we're not here for this shit."
Right.
And that's the problem with Kandi is ghetto. When they said the bitch was ghetto, look at all your establishments. This shit is ghetto. We saw this shit in the very next scene where somebody got shot. And one of the employees shot another employee. The shit is ghetto as fuck.
And then she talks about it so casually. She's like, yeah, and they had an altercation and then he got shot. Like, what the fuck? What kind of people
you are ghetto? You are at
That's your
somebody's
cousin.
40th birthday party talking about head button a
But-
bitch.
Yeah,
Bitch, you ghetto.
yeah.
But
I can't defend somebody saying you ghetto, Candy, if
But-
I know in my heart of hearts,
But
bitch, you are ghetto.
Well, look at her mama taking off
Who?
her shoe and throwing shit. Look,
Mhm.
Hello.
apple don't fall far from the tree.
But let me just say this. There was a scene. There was a part in that scene where I guess production got mad that they didn't talk about the apparent elephant in the
That
room.
man that just came over there and say, "Are we going to address the elephant in the room?" I didn't know who he was.
He was the producer.
Oh, he was the Housewives producer.
Yeah.
I'm like, remember where you are. You are on Housewives. Like, why are you not giving us what happened?
Oh, so they showed that breaking of the fourth wall. Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. They did that with Portia when she was trying to
Yeah.
trying to make whatever, and that's why her show didn't last.
Right.
Girl, this you're on here for a reason. Yes, it's not always drama all the time, but like at the end of the day, if you invited him onto this scene,
Cousin Melvin did roll up in there with his arm with an arm brace and was like, and Todd was like, "Oh well, we can't talk about that." And 3 seconds later, here go Candy in the confessional giving out all the goods.
I mean, she did what she
for
could.
legal reasons. What legal reasons? Lying. That's why I'm telling y'all. From when I seen that Candy in the gang and they didn't want to buy no generator because it was too much money or whatever, and they stored. I'm like, y'all, what are y'all running? Y'all think just because y'all famous and y'all got money, y'all could just throw shit to the wall and think it's gonna stick? Like
they didn't want to get a generator.
They didn't want to get a generator because it's too.
Because they didn't have no power. The power kept going out, and
Y'all
instead
are
of
on
them
television, how is it?
You could get a generator, but I don't feel like it's too expensive.
Who made that decision? Candy cheap ass?
Todd.
Oh, of course, because Todd ain't no real businessman. He just run behind his wife. All his
accomplishments. Talk about them damn movies, girl. You make.
My thing about it is, Candy, you seem real calm for your cousin who you say you raised to be getting shot in this goddamn.
I was ready for the crocodile tears.
Like, oh, this man rolled up in here, arm in the sling, probably still got bullet fragments and shrapnel in his goddamn arm.
Not shrapnel.
And of course, it's her cousin. Of course, he's the person. The culprit is related to her because they got him.
Wait. He was the one that shot.
No. I don't think the person that shot him.
Oh, okay.
Was the cousin. The person who got shot was the cousin.
Now, did this happen at Blaze or OLG?
At Blaze, I think.
Ain't this?
I don't know. Don't make me lie. I don't know. I don't know if it was Blaze or OLG. I don't know.
What you say there?
Ain't this the high end restaurant? Like you dress up.
It ain't that motherfucking high end when they have plastic silverware. OLG? Are we talking about OLG? They giving out plastic silverware.
I want to say the shooting happened at OLG because, girl, I mean that makes a little bit more sense. They're gonna have to.
I've been to OLG. They did give me.
It was at OLG.
Did I get real silverware? Did I get plastic? I think I did get plastic silverware. I think I did. I absolutely did.
At a dining restaurant?
I mean, I prefer because people don't want to trust everybody's silverware. If they watch.
No, baby, I need real silverware. I'm sorry, honey. Girl.
It declasses the joint. It's like to me if you give me like a $40 Merlot and a plastic.
Ariel say it was at Blaze.
Either way,
at Blaze.
That's where the shooting happened.
Oh, I love your profile picture, Ariel. That is it's fierce.
That hair is laid, honey.
It's Blaze.
But yeah, Candy, you ghetto. You are very ghetto, Candy. You ghetto as fuck.
Just like her mother. I'm sorry. I'm not a fan of Mama Joyce. I don't like her.
They're gonna have to have metal detectors to come in there. How the is Georgia that's the stand your ground state?
Is it?
I think they have a version of that law in Georgia. I think all the little Bible Belt red states got some version of that law. They all copycats.
Right.
Yes. So we did take our child Brooklyn over to meet up with. I don't know the lady's name. All I know is this Tevin Coleman's wife. I ain't even trying to find out her name.
I don't know who Tevin Coleman is. Who's that?
I know him because I follow football. He used to be a running back for the Falcons. But now he plays. Who is Tevin Coleman? I know he went to San Francisco to my team, the 49ers, for a little bit. Yeah. I don't think he's still with the 49ers. I'll see. But I know he's a running back in the NFL. Anyway, this woman told Kenya, well, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I'll line up a couple athletes for you so you can go and get flooded out or whatever. Like, she literally said, "Don't worry about it. I'm gonna line up a few athletes. I'll take you out on some dates. I'll let you go out on some dates with them." Which
What's
means
going
it's
on with
so
that
baby
man
for
that
me.
Kenya is supposed to be dating?
Ain't nothing going on. She didn't hire him
nothing
just like
going
she
on.
hired Mark.
He.
Kenya, and
I
I'm
got a
just
question. Do he look a little?
like Mark. Every man that's associated with him look a little. Come on now, don't do that.
Because when I seen them posing, I was like, ooh.
Well, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't get that vibe because he's white, and I feel like all white men look like that. Okay, I feel like all white men like.
Don't be like that, Ravine. Do not be like that. Look at Ravine. Ravine gonna come out the bushes windmilling for herself. Ravine, I see only highlight folks that agree with them. Don't be like that, Ravine. You know I love you, girl. Go from here, windmilling.
I don't control it. I saw your comments though.
Right, I don't control it. That's all they'll tell you.
Right.
They gonna all blame it on me. Now it's me. Now I'm doing a lot. I got to follow my notes. I got to pay attention, add commentary, and highlight. Girl, I'm the production team.
But no, I didn't get a vibe from him. But he's white, and I just assumed that all white men. I think all white men like to get
not white.
Is he not? He
is Caucasian, definitely.
Oh, I was about to say, well, okay, yeah, he's descended from the Caucasus Mountains, right?
And most of them like to get their asshole played with. So,
I mean, but, you know, I said Kenya like a little. She like a little pagan. I know she does.
Kenya like a little anything. She got mommy issues, so she'll like.
Wait, not that's a contract, baby. Y'all are over here clowning in these here comments. Y'all always be out of order in these comments.
Oh my, y'all.
Y'all always be out of order.
But where's the lie?
That's the whole point.
Okay. Honey, you don't know if your baby daddy is an axe murderer or a child molester, in the words of Phaedra Parks. It's true. She'll take anything that she can get. And it's just like, you talk all this shit about how you're so beautiful and this, that, and the third, but it's like, but you, and I don't want to be on some like, oh, well, you can't keep a man, but it's like, getting a man is not hard. It's really not. It's not really an accomplishment. So it's like, for you to be so beautiful and so accomplished, what is it that you just can't? I mean, you're clearly desperate for one.
Could be the personality.
Of course, it's something. It's something. Maybe some saggy ass armpits. Did y'all see that? She did get some Botox up in them armpits. They're starting to drag a little bit. She talks so much shit about people.
Dr. Saggy armpit. Girl, and with that, let me get my wine.
Kenya got owns Kale Me Crazy, which is pretty much big down here. You got long money. Okay, Kenya.
Who? The white guy?
Chase the Baby.
They say he owns something called Kill Me Crazy.
Well,
that's not her real boyfriend. Stop it. He just wanted to get a cameo on Housewives.
We'll see how that progresses. I mean, Kenya know how to pick them, child.
Well, so the other at the same time that Kenya and Tevin Coleman's wife, I still don't know that woman's name, was meeting up, Sonya and Sheree met up, and then so Sonya talks to Sheree about everything that went on with the confrontation. Sheree compares Kenya calling Martell aggressive to Kenya calling Ross aggressive. I agree absolutely 1,000%. That's what it is. That's exactly what I wrote in my notes. Kenya is easily triggered by men because of her past, but you just can't start yelling and being aggressive with people and not expect them to do the same thing. She's easily triggered because of her past. Baby, you need to go sit out on the couch and work your way through that and get over that, honey.
Well, she must not be that triggered, because if she was, she wouldn't have been with Mark. That's my thing. I just don't understand how, if you come so far along in your journey, how you can sit around and have, like, Mark is abusive. And I hate Kenya more, but I don't like seeing women, especially Black women, being mistreated. So it was hard for me to watch that season with him talking to her. I can't stand Kenya, but it was hard to watch him talking to her like that. Like, stand up. Yeah. And I'm sorry, I have to say this. I think there's a special place in hell. I have no respect for women who demand the utmost respect from other women, but then don't require that same amount of respect from their man. Like, I don't respect. She
was trying to fit that square peg in that circle hole, and it
wasn't gonna work. It was never gonna work.
Let this
But you got a
look what
whole,
this man is doing. This man is
you
trying
got
to
a whole psychological diagnosis and prognosis for everybody else that enters your space. You can go ahead and break down every faceted aspect of their relationship and their existence, but none of that smoke, and you can't see the forest for the fucking trees
For
with
the
what the
father
fuck
of your
is
child.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, she dropped the ball on a lot of things in that way. I mean, girl, did you ain't had that man sign a fucking prenup? He over here after your shit, your assets.
I hope he gets it.
Kenya, are you crazy? Like,
I hope he gets it.
I was like, oh my God. I was
You
crying
so desperate
for
for a man. Hey, you got him.
you. I was like, girl. And then he was talking all that shit on that season, talking about something. Oh, I don't need her stuff. If we get divorced, she can have all this. He got shit. He lied. He was a scammer.
That was just the narcissism talking. Nobody believe that.
He
no man, we're a real man. He mad if he lose $5. Let alone no man is just leaving money on the table. Like niggas are that's the quickest way to get to a man is to hit them in their pockets. So when he was talking about she could take it all, I knew that was some bullshit.
I mean, he literally Mary J. Bliged her.
Speaking of people that can't see the forest through the trees with relationships, then we card on over to Drew and Ralph, and I ain't give a shit.
What was that?
When they went to that studio,
I don't even remember.
I didn't give a shit. I was like,
I flatline.
The only thing I remember.
Now the song was cute. Now I'll give Drew that. Drew can sing. I will give her that. And Ralph can play. I like Ralph. I like him playing.
Ralph on the keys. He was like,
Ralph on the keys was good, but this is not American Idol. We did not come here for this. And we don't like y'all.
I like to see the girls interact with the other girls. Like, I don't care to hear you just talking to your husband, the husband that don't want you. Like, come on.
The only Housewives franchise that we care about the husbands is New Jersey, which is why they're the only ones that get paid. The other ones, we don't care.
I thought all the husbands got paid because that's what Peter
New Jersey.
Peter Thomas said that he was getting paid, and that and Todd said he got paid too.
He lying. Todd got paid through Candy's paycheck.
Oh.
Well, Todd will take whatever he can get.
Allowance.
So then we get Sheree at the warehouse. Boy, she stole it from some other company, slapped her label on it, and trying to send it out to people.
With them wrinkled ass garments.
All they were hoodies.
We got mad at the people when the people said, girl, we're not ironing this for free. What the fuck you think this is?
This girl is selling Who Gonna Check Me Boo notebooks right now for $37.
You lying.
I'm not lying. Go on the website. Go on the website. Me and my best friend went on it the other day. I'm like, oh, hell nah.
$40
for the Who Gonna Check Me Boo notebook.
Girl, no, ma'am.
That came out in 2007.
Well, no, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Honey, I could DIY that shit myself for the damn $5 notebook.
Right.
Girl, no, ma'am.
Anyway, horrible business women.
Horrible.
Shout out to Kempire. And y'all see each episode they done had a YouTuber. Last episode it was House of Aaron. Shout out to him. This episode they had Kempire. I said, boy, look at them. They might have a panel like that. If they had a panel, hey Bravo, y'all watching over here. We here, y'all can do us up here. Hey, Miss Cohen.
We up next. I'm manifesting it.
Yes, period.
Well, we're not gonna get, grand when they have us on there. We just gonna still be regular. Hey, Miss Cohen.
Period.
Miss Cohen don't mess with us, Jam.
He definitely likes the black boys.
Oh, you know why that is, honey. Anyway, Kenya came over. They talk about the incident. Now, here's the shit where I got she first said she don't know him and she don't want to know him. But where I got pissed off was when she used the word abuse and abusive when she was talking about Martell. And that's the same kind of, she did that shit to Ross. By saying Ross was aggressive, completely changed the whole connotation of how people looked at him. Mm-hmm. And so now you calling Martell abusive. I don't know. Like I said, I don't watch Huntsville. So I can't speak to how he is in Huntsville. He might have been abusive in Huntsville. I don't know.
He was.
But what I will say is, in this situation that we've seen him on the Housewives of Atlanta, there's no reason for you to use the word abuse or abusive because those are criminal words. That alludes to criminal intent.
And not only that, somebody cursing at you does not equate to them being abusive. Like, stop. Come on. And it's like, if that's the case, then how would we describe your behavior? You get in people's face, you invade people's personal space and all of that shit. You call people cunts. Remember how she talked to Tanya? People who aren't even communicating a threat. You calling them out their name. So if with your logic, then I could say, well, then I'm very concerned about baby Brooklyn. I feel like you could be potentially abusing Brooklyn based on how the way you interact with other people. Come on.
Like I said, I don't know. I don't watch Love and Marriage Huntsville, so I can't speak to how he is on that show.
He was not abusive.
But all I can speak to is how I've seen him on the Housewives of Atlanta. What we saw of him and his interaction with her on this show and that particular scene itself was not abusive or not worthy of the word abuse, because now you've tainted the audience. Now, any and every time certain people look at him, they're looking for any questionable term, inflection in the voice, intonation in the voice to be seen as abusive.
I don't think so, because Kenya, people don't listen to Kenya like that. Like everybody written her off. I seen Twitter. I seen what the general public says. They saying Kenya's crazy as hell. I think the thing is, I think Kenya just doesn't trust him for Sheree, and she's trying to vocalize it, but she's making up stories. Okay, yes, do I think that he's abusive? We don't know him that. I don't know him that long enough to say that. I don't know. I'm not going to say yes or no.
2 episodes.
But I heard a lot of things about him before when it was talked about how she was with him.
Nah.
My thing is too, I don't even mind if she says, "Hey, I've seen how he treated his wife," and some may call that. You know what I'm saying? If she wants to talk about his history with other people and say that that's abusive and point to that, I am okay with that. But to say that what happened at that party, at Ross's party, was abuse and abusive, girl, you're reaching.
Yeah.
And for me, with that same logic, then we can also say, well, bitch, I seen the way Mark treats you, and that would denote some abusive behavior. Taking it a step, oh my God, it's just like. Also, y'all remember a couple seasons back when they asked her, when Mark was on this season, they asked her, like, what's the nature of Mark's relationship with his kids, and she avoided the question. Like, someone could say the same thing about, well, damn, like, well, what's the tea with that? It's like, if you're gonna reach like that, then based on your logic, the father of your child we could also, because, and let me tell you, as someone who watches Love and Marriage, Martell is a lot of things. He ain't shit. He's a dirty dick, community dick ass nigga. But abusive, nah. If you're gonna say that Martell is abusive, then Mark is abusive, hands down. Based on these 2 episodes,
I think Kenya knows that Mark was abusive. I mean, at this point, Kenya is definitely yes. He's abusing me. Like it's
well, hold on, because if that's the case, then why is she so adamant about maintaining a relationship with Baby Brooklyn? Because if he's abusive, then why would you want him around your child?
I mean, abusive to you, but I do think that a father child in their father's lives.
As a mother, if someone is capable of abusing the mother,
they're capable of abusing that child. Yeah, yes. That's true.
So
that's in their personality. Now that I can agree with.
So you can't create this narrative that like, oh well, he's abusive to me, but not to my child. That doesn't make any sense, Kenya. So which one is it? Girl, bye. I can't stand that hoe. I really cannot.
Kenya does get on my nerve. And now what I don't believe is Sheree said that, oh yeah, he told me about the DM already, and I had already knew. So when Kenya brought it up, I was already aware. I don't know if I believe that.
That's a lie.
Sure. Yeah. No.
That's a lie. We know that.
Yeah.
It's a matter of time before Martell is going to do the same shit that the same dudes be doing to Sheree in general.
Now, let's be clear. If Martell is who he is, his horns will start to show.
Okay.
His pointed tail, it will come out. But you don't need to point to something that did not happen. That's
Yeah.
not fair.
She did it so prematurely. Like you have to wait till the
Mhm.
Right.
shit starts coming out. Like don't make up stuff.
Mhm.
That
Well,
was
the shit
Kenya's
is
fault.
already coming out because my thing is, I don't understand why he's on the show if they're not together. He over here talking about like, oh, we're dating and making it so casual. I'm like, well, if y'all are just dating, then why are you here? Like,
Mhm.
so he's not even
Because
claiming her.
Sheree wants to make it more, and then he's not gonna want to do it, and then he's gonna do some fuck shit, and then it's gonna be like a whole thing. Like I've seen this story time and time again with Sheree. Sheree is going to. She's another one that wants to fit that square peg in that circle hole.
Sheree has horrible taste in men.
Horrible.
And
And
I
that's-
hated how Kenya was trying to compare Martell to Bob. Like, again, like
Bob was worse. Like Bob, he now.
I think Mark and Bob is a better comparison than Martell and Bob. The
Yep.
way Mark would talk to Kenya, like, was just like, oh my god,
Calling that girl Ken.
Ken. He would literally scream at
He's
her.
weird.
I'm like, at one point, I was like, "Can you blink 3 times, please?"
Right.
Like, I mean, what's
Her
going
whole-
on?
That's one thing that her and Portia have in common. Their whole demeanor changes when they're around some nigga.
But I will say that what I expect, here's what I could probably expect. Martell understands reality TV, and he knows Housewives of Atlanta is a whole different stratosphere from Love and Marriage Huntsville. And he knows I don't see him doing all of the antics that he does on Love and Marriage Huntsville on Real Housewives of Atlanta. I could see him dialing it back and not going balls to the wall like he would on Love and Marriage Huntsville on Atlanta, because he knows the backlash from Atlanta is much more detrimental to his career, money, opportunities, and all of that than on Love and Marriage Huntsville.
People not watching Huntsville like that. It's a very niche market. I mean, it's three
They
of us.
said they
here
brought
on
Martell on there anyway because, like, what's his name? What's that producer name? Child, y'all know him.
Carlos.
Carlos is
yeah.
trying to set up some type of deal or something.
Well, I heard that Melody, his ex-wife, was trying to get on there, and I guess she didn't make the cut. So.
Ravine, I don't know him like that. I'm just making what I believe to be a educated guess, like all reviewers do. But what I can say that I do know about Martell is a member of my fraternity, the greatest fraternity in the world. And there are some. Martell is a Kappa. He's the new.
Okay.
And the one thing I know, there are certain principles universal with all of us. That one principle that's universal is success and achievement. And we're going to do anything we can to keep our success and achievement moving forward. And if we got to alter ourselves and change things so that we can keep success and achievement flowing, we will do that. That's why I can make that estimation about Martell, because he's going to secure the bag. He's going to make sure that his stint on Housewives of Atlanta gets ratings, gets people talking, but he's not going to go over the line where it costs him money and opportunities in the future. He understands the assignment, because let's be clear, he went right there to the line, did he not?
Mm-hmm.
And when he confronted Kenya, he went right there to the line, but he knew not to step over it. He knew how to draw the cameras in. I ain't mad at it. Get it how you live. Everybody plays a good villain. Hell, Kenya plays a good villain.
Side eye. Bombastic side eye.
Yeah.
It can't
Kenya has her moments, and sometimes I do come off as I defend her in some, because I think from my time getting to know her, I've seen the good in her, but it's just I really have, and and somebody said this earlier, like, oh yeah, she's like a Giselle. No, I mean, I think Giselle is completely heartless. She has no empathy at all.
And Kenya isn't?
Kenya has a little bit of empathy.
In
In
regards
certain
to what?
situations.
In regards to what?
Yeah, Kenya and Giselle are right there neck and neck.
I don't
Yes.
know about no neck and neck
Yes.
now.
I mean, well,
I
Giselle
mean,
has more neck.
Now,
Kenya's neck isn't as bad as Giselle's neck. Let's be clear.
yeah,
But
Kenya exaggerates. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you the difference, though. Kenya exaggerates the truth. Giselle lies. It's a difference.
No, Kenya lies. Kenya lied.
Kenya may exaggerate the truth.
exaggerating the truth is a lie.
Thank you.
It is. It
Kenya
absolutely is.
Kenya spreads her pussy to married men, and they're with it. They're with it. They're equally, engaging in it.
Allegedly.
No, it ain't no allegedly. It was caught on camera.
Wait, who we talking
about? Apollo.
She ain't.
She spread that pussy open for. She
Man,
jumped on
Apollo
him.
was hitting that
Who,
after
Kenya and Apollo fucked?
Apollo tried Kenya.
I don't know if they fucked, but I know that he was with it, and so what the fuck was she? And she was shamelessly with it as well. But then the shit backfired. She played into that villain role, and then when she got called Kenya more whore, that's when she tried to backfire. That tried to backpedal. Kenya lies. She was texting a married man and calling him babe.
Okay, there was a lot of inappropriate conversations. Yes, and I did reprimand. If I had a show back then, I would have reprimanded her for that. But I'm just saying, there was moments where Kenya, I think it was after she had her child, like she kind of got a little more empathetic to certain people in their flight.
Baby, okay, cool. That baby is 3 years old. Okay. That baby is 3 years old.
Yeah, that was in the beginning stages of Brooklyn. Now that Brooklyn is getting older, she's back to her old ways where she ain't.
And then not only that,
I'm back to not liking her.
She had Brooklyn when she was half a century years old. That's half a century worth of horror and trauma that she done induced onto the world. And so no, that's not enough. We're not about to just pretend like.
All right, Raven. Apollo said that he lied on Kenya, which he did.
He did, but she lied too.
Well, look. At the end of
the
day,
Ravine is over here. She is not here for Martell. Ravine said Martell is ascended from the 9th level of hell.
Okay,
y'all better understand it. And I'm not an apologist for Martell Ravine. Please be clear. Okay. What I am doing is looking at the situation at hand. Even a broken clock is right twice a day, like your grandparents used to say. So in this situation, Kenya was wrong and Martell was not in this situation. Okay. That's why I'm looking at this way. Now, is Martell, based on what y'all tell me about him on Love and Marriage Huntsville, will he probably say some shit or do some shit fucked up? Probably. And when he does, we'll be here for it, and he'll get drugged like everybody else gets drugged. We have no respected person when it comes to dragging bitches and dish ragging hoes. We don't give a fuck. We'll drag everybody. We don't give a fuck who you is.
Period.
We don't like none of these hoes.
And did and do.
Right. Anyway, y'all. So that was the whole episode, y'all. Listen, if they keep it up like this, it actually will make for a good season.
Yeah, I think so.
If we get more, because we've been on here for almost an hour and a half, and they have given us things to hate. I just love a season that gives me things to hate. Not to the point where I hate and I don't want to watch anymore, like Potomac. Potomac gets to the point where you hate it and you just don't even want to watch anymore.
Right.
Because it's so unwatchable and you hate it so much.
But who's not
I'm not at that point here yet.
You know who's not giving nothing? Marlo. Why?
Marlo's not, and that's why I said if she stays like this, she can go.
I'm like, girl, what you doing? I think
she got ate up so much last season that now she's trying to like rebrand. And it's just like, we know you ain't shit. You a Florida hoe. Like, bring that Florida out.
Well, it's nothing wrong with us Florida hoes because I'm a Florida hoe, born and bred and raised.
I thought you was a Miami hoe.
I am a Miami hoe.
Oh, okay. So that's a little different.
But I stayed in Florida for 4 years. I did stay in Florida for 4 years. When I was in college, I stayed in Tallahassee, Florida. And so that helped me in some of my upbringing too, my college years when I lived in Florida. That helped make me who I am.
I'm sorry to hear that.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm born and bred Miami. Let's be clear.
I want that Florida don't want her to come out. Like, we know you ghetto and ratchet, so where is it? Stop trying to pretend like you so above. Like, you're not.
I'm playing nice this season. I'm like, girl,
stop.
Just like that made up scene with the boys last episode. That shit was so fucking made up.
Them tweets got to her.
I'm sorry. Speaking of the boys.
What boys? Which one?
Marlo's boys. Do y'all think that they one of the girls, or is it too early to tell?
It's too early to tell, you know. And I know.
Now it might be too early to tell with the younger one, the older one.
Yeah.
The older one. We got our eye. We're looking. He looked like he's asking for admission to the Rainbow Coalition compound. The older one, younger one is too early. Yeah, but the older one,
the younger one, I'm not worried about. But that older one, I'm like, oh girl,
the older one, baby.
I didn't know if I was, within my rights to say it, but I just wanted to make sure I wasn't crazy. I was like, oh girl.
Well, I'm gonna say like this. Let's give him a moment. But right now, the pendulum is leaning toward the Rainbow Coalition compound. Okay, like he's looking for his access code once he graduates high school. Baby, you got to graduate high school first. We ain't give you no access to the Rainbow Coalition compound.
Girl, I was in the Rainbow Coalition back in 9th grade, honey. Okay.
But no. We had you in the, in the adjacent across the street, housing complex, because it's a lot that goes on when you get into the compound. Baby, you open the door and it's, dildos, booty holes, poppers, and all kinds of shit and lube going on when you open the front door to the compound.
Y'all want to hear something crazy? My Southern Baptist North Carolina family, mama and grandma, thought that I was gay and that I had a sex problem because I used to watch RuPaul's Drag Race.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I grew up in a very conservative, like Christian home. So yeah, I know, me too. And so
I grew up in a very conservative Christian home too.
And so when Logo TV and RuPaul's Drag Race and Noah's Ark and all that came out, now I wouldn't be caught. They didn't know I was watching Noah's Ark because I knew I couldn't do that. But they did catch me watching RuPaul's Drag Race. But I was just like, I was telling them, I just like makeup and like it's just makeup and fashion. Like, and they thought that because I was watching men dress up as women that I was gay and that I had a sex problem.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Fortunate enough for me, when I was coming up back in the 90s as a young, impressionable high schooler, we didn't have all of that stuff. So I had to find other means with which to, explore. Internet wasn't around then, and
Don't let me tell you what they thought when they found my vibrator.
You become a whole ass whore. You were a whole whore at that point.
I was using it on other women, and it's like, no, I'm using it on myself. Like,
you lied, Medusa. They thought you was using it on other women.
Yeah.
They thought it was
like, get out.
Because I never bought. They thought I was gay. People
thought it was a strap on.
No, they just thought like, oh, it's a toy. Like you're using it on other women. Like,
oh my goodness.
Wow.
And I was like 19. Like it's not like I was like, anyways, whatever.
Oh boy,
that's a whole nother conversation, child. We got to talk about Black conservatism, child.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't deal with that too much. I mean, I definitely have a lot of my family on my mom's side is JW, and
what's JW? What's that?
Jehovah's Witness, child.
Oh my God, I did not know that.
I'm
not though.
I want to know how that went. Right. They don't let y'all do nothing that Jehovah's Witness.
I don't know. Every time I say this, they think I'm no. I was never
but I'm saying your relative, they don't even celebrate birthdays.
They didn't get to celebrate birthdays and nothing. Like it was very much. And then there was always conversations like, we know my middle name's Nicholas. It's like, oh, Nicholas seems a little like everyone always has something to say. I'm like, girl, if you want to know, ask me. Okay, let's be very clear. But no, it's definitely it's real conservative over there. I mean,
I am watching Summer House. I owe y'all a review for episodes 1 and 2. It'll probably come out either tomorrow or Thursday. Definitely by Thursday, my review should be out for Summer House for episodes 1 and 2. I haven't watched episode 2 yet. I saw episode 1. I haven't watched episode 2
Is it that with the Martha's Vineyard?
Yeah, they say that's
It
where
look
all
a
the
little
up,
interesting.
that's where all the upper echelon blacks is at.
Yeah,
They
the uppy
saying that
niggas.
one of the girls' whole personality is built on her being married, and I agree. It's just like I'm married now, and like I'm still gonna be
I
at
mean, if you catch up, Darren, we could probably talk about it a little bit next time. I like it so far, but I only seen the first episode, so I'm going to watch. Maybe tonight, I might watch tonight or tomorrow. I'll watch the second episode.
It's all
And
on Peacock, right?
yeah.
it comes on right after Housewives, though.
Oh, yeah, I know. I noticed because I was actually at my grandma's house when we watched it too, child. I had to tell my grandma because my grandma don't like Housewives because she experienced Mama Joyce. Because she used to watch the show. She was like, no, I ain't watching this no more. I don't deal with that Mama Joyce. She saw Mama Joyce.
Yeah, Mama Joyce makes my skin crawl. She makes my nuts itch.
She make my booty itch. I cannot
Uh-uh.
stand I can't stand her. And I hate
I
how
don't do her at all.
I hate how she brings these people onto the show.
I don't like Bertha. I don't like none of them OLG I don't like none of them.
I agree. The only person that I like that's associated with Candy is Todd.
You like Todd?
I do.
Todd is all right for me. Don Juan is cool too. I still don't remember
It
him.
was really when Coco told him to shut the.
You know they say that he's married to an Asian woman.
That's what I heard. I don't believe it.
No, I think it's true too.
Right, girl. But you go. But wait, you go. You think that the son? I mean, the older boy is gay, but Don Juan could be married to an Asian chick. I'm not doing
that.
I mean, him being married that had nothing to do with his sexuality. Gay niggas get married all the time to women. There ain't nothing new, especially to non-black women. So yeah, it makes sense.
So is he not out or something? Or because look, there is some men that are feminine, but they're straight. I've seen it before. I've definitely seen it before.
You might be right. I listen. I don't care. Melvin is all right. I'll let Patrick get some in a weak moment. You know, give me enough wine and alcohol. I'll give Patrick some. Come on, Patrick. Go ahead and stick it.
Is that on Summer House?
Patrick was from Candy and the Gang. That's the other cousin.
I don't know.
Who looks like Five from American.
No, not that troll. You
said I would let him get some. I would let
him. One of the girls. He one of the girls.
Oh, I don't know. I don't think he's one of the girls. But remember, he was on Housewives last season with him when Candy sent the Candygram or the telegram, and he was half naked with his girlfriend.
Ravine
last season, when she sent out the little invitations that she had the naked man and the naked woman, and they were like, "Candy, you could have did it." The guy was Patrick, her nephew.
Somebody said Don Juan is bi.
Ravine is cutting up tonight. Ravine, I've never heard that name before, but I really like it. Ravine, I like that.
Not bi. And I'm about to give it to Terry Joe. Are you homosexual?
Section. Can we go live again? Can we do like a Hot Topics live one day this week?
You are next, ma'am. Next week is all you, ma'am. I have fulfilled my obligations.
Y'all want to do a hot top? I mean, we could do a Hot Topics live for me because I'm more into the hot tops.
I mean, not tops. I mean, if y'all ever want to come on a silly Saturday, let me know.
On my platform.
We can do it on your platform.
So, like on a separate day, or will it be on our day?
We can do it like next week. I mean, we could do Housewives and like a very because something tells me the next episode is not giving. So we can do Housewives and shut up. You're so ignorant. We can do Housewives and then like 20, 30 minutes, and then the next 30 minutes we'll do Hot Tops. 45.
Xavier, they ain't together no more, so I can go down there and try and get him working the parking lot at OLG. Let me go down to this parking lot at OLG. I can get Patrick something. Patrick,
I like the other guy. Who was the other guy though? It was.
I like the bourgeoisie guy.
He did the hard.
I like Phil. Now I'll fight you by Phil.
I don't like Phil because
I ain't gonna fight you about shit. I only gonna fight you for my husband. Don't play with me.
Phil, he seemed high maintenance. I couldn't.
Darren, what is your type? Like, who do you like?
Let me tell you who I like on there. Hold on, wait.
I feel like you're a personality person.
Yeah, I like personality, and I need you to be
I can't
Down
fuck your
to earth.
personality. I can't fuck your
Right.
personality.
Mm-mm.
I mean,
You're not coming over here with a 2-inch personality.
okay.
Baby, I need your personality to be at least 8. Give me boyfriend size 8 inches.
No, that's too big. That's sneaky.
No, that's not. That's a good boyfriend size. Not too big, not too small. Cause see, let me tell you why I think that's boyfriend size. Unfortunately, the men that I attract, and it's not like I go after them, but it's these men that come over here and talk about they want to do something, and they be having 9.5, 10, 11, and I be like, I didn't ask for all of this. I mean, I take it, but still, I didn't ask for all of this.
My pudding too small for that. Boyfriend size to me is like 7.5, 7.5.
Boyfriend size is 8. 8 is right in the pocket. You
Wait,
could do a
eight-
little bit of
eight-
damage.
are you talking about dick sizes?
Yeah, what did you think we were talking about? We talking about the arm?
I'm done with that, child. I'm like I said, I don't have a standard when it comes to that. I mean, as long as
Gary said that 5 was big.
I didn't say 5 was big. I said I can do 5.
Okay.
And I think that is average.
No, average is actually 6.
Okay.
Actually, no, average is going up because they said that no. There was a study that came out. We talked about it on my channel. It came out of American Journal of Medicine and all of that stuff. The average size is going up from 6 inches.
To what?
That's what they said.
To what?
I think it was either 6.5 or 7. It wasn't too much bigger than 6, but it went up because I think
average is 7.
Decimal. I think it went from average is about 7 now. It's closer to 7 now. It used to be 6 though.
3 inches from large. Like what? Girl, we 3 inches from 10. That's big.
I think 8 is pretty fucking long.
Y'all need to get more accommodating. 8 is boyfriend size. 8 is right there in the pocket. Listen, at 8, your boyfriend can walk around, your husband can walk around proud and say, yeah, I got this. But it ain't too big where it scare people away and it do damage or it's rearranging internal organs. You know what I'm saying? Once you start to get above that, then you are cutting down the amount of times a week that we can have sex. Now you give me an 8-inch, we could do it 3 times a day, every day, 7 days a week. Once you go every half inch above that, baby, you cutting down the amount of time.
Well, how about your favorite rapper said that she likes it an 11-inch? Is how she said.
Which favorite rapper?
Trina.
Oh, that's your favorite rapper.
Because anything
no, Trina's not my favorite rapper. Okay, I just love Trina because she's from Miami, like I am. Now I love Trina.
Well, the girl that you love say that she like 11 because anything smaller than that.
I could do 11 like once or twice a year.
Anything smaller than 11 is probably gonna fall out of that ass. So yeah.
No, if you give me 11 once or twice a year, I might can handle that.
No, don't. If you give me 11, I'm gonna.
And this is exactly why I say y'all want that up y'all stomachs, y'all want it all
come out his mouth.
I didn't say every day. I said once or twice a year. I feel adventurous. I got like how many shots of my gin in me? You know what I'm saying? That's straight shots of gin to the head. Baby, I don't took like 4, 5, 6.
I want to remember the shit.
Oh, I'm gonna remember it. Please be clear. When I wake up that next morning, I'm gonna
remember details. I want to remember.
It's making me want some.
Now see. I want to remember every detail. Okay, I'm like a goddamn novel. Okay, he looked into my eyes as we sat there, girl.
I'm over here drinking on Hennessy.
She fucked by 5 or 6 best friends. She did say she fucked by 5 or 6 best friends. She did.
Now, Medusa, not there's a fly in here now, child. You done transfer the fly over.
Girl, did y'all see when y'all go and run the tape back? Did y'all see?
I did see the fly. It was big. It was a big fly. I saw it.
I was like, ooh.
Not you embarrassing me on live. They're gonna get up here in the booties. Girl, you saw I kept on turning off my camera. I'm like, what the fuck is that? It was a big motherfucker.
That was a big ass horse fly. I was like,
huge.
Woo.
It was huge.
That fly was coming to carry you away, honey. Baby, that was a vulture. That wasn't no fly, honey. That was a vulture, bitch.
Not a vulture.
It always came when I was about to speak. I'm sorry. Okay.
That's because I got this light fly to the light. Child, I'm like, y'all dumb as hell flying to that damn light.
Okay, so we on my channel next.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're gonna do 30 minutes of Housewives. We're gonna keep it real because I'm telling you, it's not gonna be nothing. And then we'll do what the rest for Hot Topics.
Ooh.
Y'all, okay. Y'all heard it. Y'all heard it here live.
Lord, child.
I'm here for all of it. I'm here for it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm drinking on Hennessy. I'm about to go.
Not
play
Hennessy.
Oh, Hennessy, go throw it back.
I'm about to go play with my. I'm about to go. We're gonna practice making a second, giving my baby a brother, or sister, or something.
Oh Lord.
Now,
When you said practice, I'm like, oh, what are we getting into? Some
We
of
just
this?
practice. We just practicing. We're not gonna do it yet. We're not gonna do it yet.
Mm-hmm.
wait, how does that work? I think nature might have another might have another understanding. Nature might have another answer for you.
Well, if it do, that's fine. Shit.
Many words about it. They call this great.
wait, wait. Since we playing stuff, this for my people is that come over here all the time. For my people that come over here all the time, and discuss politics. Real women of politics. Hold on. Real women of politics.
America presents Real Women of Politics.
Real women of politics.
Today, we salute all the real woman leaders of this great country.
Real women don't have to fake it.
Real women doing real things.
Real women work too hard for this.
Some big companies can't tell the difference between real and fake anymore.
Real people know the difference.
That's why we're introducing the Real Women of Politics koozie.
Real women of politics.
Now, you can salute the real women of politics at every backyard barbecue and tailgate. And if it covers up the label of a big woke company, well, that works too.
Real women of politics.
Order your Real Women of Politics koozie today.
What?
We just have just random shit that we have found over the years. Like our boy. Have you met my boy? My Sugar Spike boy? That's my boy.
You see, this is the part that I like.
Major Sugar Spike.
So now, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major Sugar Spike.
And shall ever believe
Major Sugar Spike.
they shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Okay.
You know he's from My 600-Pound Life.
Oh, he
Buttermilk biscuits. Yes.
Yes. Yes. We love him. We love him.
I love him too.
He's still around?
Them buttermilk biscuits. I hope so, because some of them be
I hope he ain't died.
some of them be dying while they're filming.
You said something. That is not. Wow, we are not.
I'm telling you, you're going to hell. You're going to hell.
Wow, child.
Buttermilk biscuits.
Now, while they're filming, I'm not doing this with y'all.
Yes.
Somebody said a
worst-
palate cleanser. I'm ready for that. You got some? What you got?
Oh, we need palate cleansers. That we have
Am I?
we have okay. This is Man. Man is a palate cleanser. There's Man. There's Man
Okay, there we
again.
go. Mm.
That's Man again. I love him and his hair. There's my boo.
No.
Ooh, yes.
Don't do my boo. Don't do
Yep.
it. And then we have these other palette cleansers. This one. Oh, you see it.
I'm not looking at it.
You are.
Where-
Oh, look at this one.
I'm not into white. I don't.
That ain't no white man.
I
That's
said,
not a white man.
he's not white.
What's
Thank
a
you,
white man?
Raven. Make sure y'all subscribe, child. I'm trying to hit that 5K. Child. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we got to give Ravita her 5K.
Please. I'm trying to get monetized like y'all.
You not monetized?
Wait, 5? No, you could have been got monetized if you got 5K.
Isn't that crazy? It's my watch hours are trash.
That's
Oh.
But the subscribers are there, but the watch
Mm-hmm.
hour, I don't know what I gotta suck some dick online or something.
Oh, dear
What
God.
did it for me was that
Do more live.
when I
Do more
did
live.
Queen
Do more
Radio
lives?
Live. Yeah, do more lives. Because
Okay.
that's what got me. That's what got me because I did the watch party for Cream Radio. It was a lot of people on that day, child. That was crazy. And then the next day I was like, ooh, apply for the creator. I was like, okay.
What did it for my subscribers was my reels. My reels be doing numbers, but my views,
the reels, and they don't count. They don't count.
They do count. You need 10 million of them.
You need 10 million. Yeah, right.
Like, girl, what?
YouTube
Get out of
is
here.
hard to get in. Yeah.
I'm gonna do more lives.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So
yeah, lives will get you your watch hours. Lives will also, along with your reels, help bring in more subscribers. Like you'll get more people on the lives. The more lives you do, the more people will start to come into your lives.
I'm gonna do it just like you every Saturday. So maybe I'm gonna do it on Sunday. Sundays is good for me.
I used to do sexy Sundays where we had nothing but palate cleansers. It was nothing but we would go on Instagram and have nothing but menses. And then sometimes we would do Twitter where I would just put the link and you would go and it would just be meat, and more meat.
Not meatloaf, child.
Let me go, child.
You're right, because I gotta work, child.
I gotta go.
I have to get off here. Listen, y'all. What you got going on for the people, Medusa? Tell the people how to find you.
Please follow me on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok at Medusa Show Off. TikTok, The Medusa Show. And yeah, we're going live next Tuesday at 8:00, same time. I'm constantly talking my shit, so follow me.
Xavier say bring back sexy Sundays. I might, Xavier. I don't think the people are ready to bring back sexy Sundays, Xavier. Darren, tell the people how to find you. What you got going on?
Well, same old, different day. We get into hot topics over here at the Darren Green Show. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button. We need to get some more people up in here. And y'all did. If there's any people that goes on my channel, whatever, thank y'all so much. The last episode, when I tell you the highest that I've gotten for a full podcast episode, I think we're almost at 500 views, which is good. Thank you so much for that. We are coming a long way.
And then views is coming too. I see you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm just like, we just need more subscribers, child. So go ahead and subscribe to the show, child.
Please.
Y'all know how to find me. Y'all know me. If I have 1 subscriber or 1 million, I'm here being the same L Teddy all the time.
Period.
So it is what it is. Do what you do. I'll be here. As I always say, I love y'all. I love on y'all. Thank you all for being vocal, present, and active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged and much appreciated. I thank you all. You could have been a whole lot of places, but you decided to be here with us. Y'all were engaged. Y'all was in the goddamn chat, being y'all regular self, and I appreciate y'all and thank y'all for that. Until next time, next week, we're going to be on Medusa's channel, and we're going to have a great time. Everybody come over. We're going to share it out and make sure everybody get there. And that's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. Y'all.
Good night, y'all.